Good morning, Brian with Grand Roofing. We're going to talk about raccoons getting into your attic area and some things you can do to prevent it from happening and have a successful blockage of that. So one of three things typically happens, but first we're going to show you where they're coming in at and then some remedies and options or things that typically happen. So right up here is where they're getting in. We'll zoom in on that. You can see the hole. You can see where right up there they've actually chewed the metal. It's bent, it's been pushed in. They've tried to block this off years past. They believe they've got it, but the lady that lives here is a little older, does not get upstairs anymore, and she believes they're not there. Hasn't heard anything for 5 years, but she's not been up there for a while. What concerns me, if you look through here in the shingles, do you see all the fur? That's probably a raccoon or a squirrel. Squirrels don't usually tear that much damage up. They chew your pipe boots, your flanges, your lead, things like that. That looks like a raccoon. And if they have not been in there for 5 years, I wouldn't suspect any fur still be clinging to the roof up there. It's a little steep, it's a 12-12 pitch. I don't have my hook ladder on the truck to get up there safely by myself. So the things you want to watch for with this right here, three things that typically happen. One, you block it off, problem solved, not an issue, you're good, you're golden. The other two things that happen, you don't want happening. Say you block that off, but you've not gotten rid of the raccoons. They tear their way out. They need to get out. They will literally claw through a roof. I've literally seen them claw through a roof deck and put a hole in the roof trying to get out before. That's not good, because then you wake up one day when it storms and you got water pouring in, your ceiling's falling down, and it's a pricey repair bill. So you don't want that to happen. And number three, third thing that I've seen happen, rather embarrassing, and it's putrid. So there's a business in Kokomo. Last fall this happened. By the way, it's kind of seasonal too. This is the time of year here in my region where all the offspring from the parent raccoons, they're off venturing on their own. They're trying to find their own little home and establishment. Winter's moving in quick, so they're trying to find a warm area like your attic. They love those areas. They're going to get up there. If they're up there and you block it off and they don't tear their way out of your roof, the third thing happens, they die and they decay and it stinks. This business in Kokomo, you'd walk in, you're like, oh my God, it would stink. It's an embarrassing stench you can't get rid of. Plug your nose, run past, it's horrible. And just when you think it goes away and dies away, the conditions are right, might warm up a little bit, sunny day, that smell comes back, oh, it's horrible. So you don't want that to happen. So, trap them, verify they're not getting in. So remove the paths they're getting up there, I'll show you that here in a second. But what we typically do, what I do, is I bought a trail cam off Amazon for like 50 bucks, very affordable. I'll try to find the actual one I bought, link it. In the screw hole where you mount it to things, I literally got a bolt to it and put it in a block of wood. So we're gonna set that up here, and it doesn't have to be a trail cam. It could be a Ring doorbell. Maybe you already got one. Just take it off, get it, aim it up there, see if something's getting in or out. You wanna verify they're out, no traffic going in and out for a few days before you block that off. So trail cams do good with that. Ring doorbell, surveillance camera, twist it, whatever you need to do, just verify they're not out there. Use traps to trap them. You do what you want to do, check your local laws, relocate them. Other things I'm not going to say, up to you. Make sure they're not up there, then block it off. So let's go down and see what they're doing here, where I think they're getting up. Some common areas they get up. So typically it's going to be some sort of rough stone siding, chimneys. So this is looks like aluminum. It's aluminum siding. They're not getting up that. Probably the chimney here, but typically the number one area I see, I don't think that's very probable that they're getting up that. The block looks pretty smooth, but I've seen some where the stones are sticking out. There's not much you can do with that. You're just gonna have to eliminate them, get rid of them. The number one thing I see them getting up on is landscaping. If you got trees and bushes and things growing up next to your house, trim them back. Like this right here. Now, if you got some stuff that's like sentimental and you don't want to cut it down, I get it. You're just going to be fighting it. Pardon me. You're going to have to relocate them, get them gone, get some traps, invest in that stuff. And raccoons are a pain. I hate them. They look cute, but they're not fun. But they can easily climb this right here, step up onto the roof, climb the roof, even a 12-12. I've got a raccoon issue at my house, or have had years past. We got bird feeders. They will literally climb a little 2-inch round steel PVC pole, greased up. I've tried a lot of things, and they will climb it. So that right there, not a problem. Get rid of them if you don't want to get rid of the landscaping. Then what you're going to need to do, trail cam, something, set it up, verify that they're not getting in that area right there, observe it for a few days, and then block it in. In this case, we're going to cut away any of the messed up soffit flashing, coil stock, whatever's there, get it to a clean, smooth surface. If you can repair it with vented or whatever soft you got up there. It looks like it's vented and then some solid. But we're gonna use a thicker gauge aluminum that's white, bend it to fit in there, drill it and rivet it together and block that off right there. All right, hopefully the video helped give you a little insight on what we do, how we verify. Believe me, there's 3 things. You want the first outcome, you do not want the other 2. It will be bad or costly. So invest in a trap and a trail cam or some sort of surveillance. If the video helped you, give it a thumbs up. This happens quite a bit. This time of year, the calls for raccoons and critters getting in pick up. It's late October. Halloween's next week, I think. So anyway, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.